the joint probability distribution of two discrete random variables x and y is given by f of xy equal to k into 2x plus y, where x and y are integers such that x lies between 0 and 2 and y lies between 0 and 3. The questions are: find the value of the constant k, find the values of the following. The first one is probability that x takes the value 1 and y takes the value 2. Probability that x takes the value 2 and y takes the value 1. Probability that x is greater than or equal to 1 and y is less than or equal to 2. Last one is probability that x plus y is greater than 2. Now here they have given that x lies between 0 and 2, and they have also mentioned that both x and y are integers. So here x can take the following values, that is in between 0 and 2, which integers you can get, that is 0, 1 and 2. And y takes the values in between 0 and 3. So y takes these values, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. Now using this you have to make the joint probability distribution table, and to make that you have to use this formula, or each probability is calculated by using this formula, that is f of x comma y is equal to k into 2x plus y. That is, you have to put the corresponding value of x and y and calculate the value of the probability in this table. So now here x takes the values from 0, 1 and 2. So x values are listed out here, 0, 1, 2. Y takes the values 0, 1, 2, 3. So y values are here. Now let's calculate the value of first probability here by using the formula f of x comma y equal to k into 2x plus y. So here, what's the value of x? X value here is 0 and the value of y is also 0. So if you put that here, you get 2 into 0 plus 0. So the first probability here will be equal to 0. Similarly, for filling this entry here, x takes a value 0 and y takes a value 1. So put that here, 2 into 0, that is 0, with y value 1. So it is 1 into k. So this entry must be k. Next here you have x as 0, y as 2. So 2k. Here you get 3k. And if you add this row entries here, you get 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6k. The next entries, now x takes a value 1 and y takes a value 0. So put that here, 2 into 1 plus 0. So you get 2k. Now x takes a value 1 and y also takes a value 1. So here it will be 2 into 1, 2 plus 1, 3. So you get 3k. Then you get 2 plus 2, that is 4k. Then you get 2 plus 3, that is 5k. So if you add the values here, you should get 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 5, 14k. Similarly, using the same formula, you can compute the values in this row also. I have already done that. So your entries here will be 4 plus 5, 9, 9 plus 6, 15, 15 plus 7, you get 22k. So we have the row sum values. Let's calculate the column sum values. You get 6k. Here you get 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, 9k. Here you get 6 plus 4, 10, 12k. Then you get 5 plus 7, 12, 12 plus 3, 15k. Now we know that this row sum here should be equal to this column sum over here. And that sum should be equal to 1. So you get 6k plus 9k, that is 15, 15 plus 10, that is 27, 27 plus 10 here, that is 37 plus 5. So total of this row sum is 42k. Let's calculate the column sum and check whether it is same. 14 plus 6, 20, 20 plus 22k. So the total here is same, that is 42k. You can note that this row sum is same as this column sum and that sum is equal to 42k. Now we also know that this sum or the total probability or summation of f of x comma y must be equal to 1. Since summation of f of x comma y should be equal to 1, we should have that 42k is equal to 1. So k must be equal to 1 by 42. So please note, whenever such problems are given, first of all, note which values x is taking. X is taking the following values 0, 1, 2. Y is taking the value 0, 1, 2, 3. So first of all, make the table. Here we list out the values of x. Here we list out the values of y. Then after that, to fill every entry here, you have to use this formula which they have given. That is f of x comma y is equal to k into 2x plus y. Now, using this formula, calculate all these probabilities, and to find the value of k, what we have to do is calculate the sum of every row and every column. Then this row sum should be same as this column sum, and that sum you will get over here, and that sum here is equal to 42k in this problem. Now total sum or total probability, which is equal to summation of f of x comma y in this case, should be equal to 1. So from that fact, we can equate that, or we can equate 42k to 1, which will give you the value of k. K is equal to 1 by 42. Now you can put this value of k, which is 1 by 42, in this table over here and write the table once again. Not necessary, you can stop here. So let's start with the calculation of these probabilities which they have given. First question here is, find the probability that x takes the value 1 and y takes the value 2. So which column or which value you have to consider here? X should be taking the value 1 and y should be taking the value 2. That is possible only here. So you have to consider the case 4k. But what is k in this? K is equal to 1 by 42. So your answer must be 4 by 42. If you want, you can still simplify this by dividing this by 2. Next case is probability that x takes the value 2 and y takes the value 1. That is here. X is taking the value 2 and y is taking the value 1. So that probability is 5k. But what is k? K is 1 by 42. So put the value of k here, you get 5 by 42. Now let's take the third one. Third one says that find the probability that x takes the value or x is greater than or equal to 1 and y is less than or equal to 2. So which cases can you consider for this calculation? X is greater than or equal to 1. So x obviously can't take the value 0. X can only take the value which are greater than or equal to 1. So x can take the values 1 or 2. Y should be less than or equal to 2. So y can take the value 0, 1, 2. Now you should take those probabilities where both these conditions are satisfied. So let's see which is our first case. X is greater than or equal to 1. So let's take the case where x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 and y should be less than or equal to 2. So y can take the value 0. So your first case here is x equal to 1 and y equal to 0. If you want, you can write that here. Probability that x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0. Plus the next case can be x is equal to 1, y is also equal to 1. So probability that x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. This is next case. Then x can take the value and y can take the value 2. Then next case I can't take here, that is x equal to 1 and y is equal to 3. Because what should be the value of y? Y should be less than or equal to 2. So I can't take this case. So x equal to 1, y equal to 2. Then after that, let's take the next value, x greater than 1. X greater than 1, in that case, x can take the value 2. So the next case which you can consider here is x equal to 2 and y should be less than or equal to 2. So y can take the value 0. Similarly, next cases will be x equal to 2, comma, y is equal to 1. And your last case will be x equal to 2, comma, y is equal to 2. Now, put all these probability values here and calculate the result. X equal to 1 and y equal to 0. X equal to 1 and y is equal to 0 is 2k. Next one is 3k. Then comes 4k. Then after that, next case 5k I can't consider. Then here I have 4k. Then I have 5k. And then I have 6k. Add these values and check the result. So if I add these values here, I should be getting 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 4, 13, 13 plus 5 is 18, 18 plus 6, that is 24k. But k is 1 by 42, so it will be 24 into 1 by 42, so I get 24 by 42. You can further divide this and simplify your answer. This is fine. Let's take the fourth case, that is probability that x plus y greater than 2. That means when you add the random variables values of x with the value of y, the sum must be greater than 2. So which cases you can consider here? Now, x plus y sum should be greater than 2. So first case which I can consider here is 0 plus 3. If you add these two numbers, you get a total as 3, which is obviously greater than 2. What is the corresponding probability here? That is 3k. Next case which you can consider is, you can take 1 and 2. That is, x takes a value 1, y takes a value 2. Then you can take the case x takes a value 1, y takes a value 3. Then you can take the case x takes a value 2, y takes a value 1. Then 2, 2, last one is 2, 3. So let's see what do we get here. So first one, 0, 3, for that the probability is 3k. Plus next one, 1, 2. For 1, 2, the answer here is 4k, and for the next one it is 5k. So I get 4k plus 5k. Next after that I have 2, 1. For 2, 1 the answer is 5k. Then I have 6k and 7k. So 5k, 6k plus 7k. Let's calculate the total. Total will be 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 5, 12, 12 plus 5, 17, 17 plus 6, 23, 23 plus 7, 30k. So I get 30k here, but k is 1 by 42, so 30 divided by 42. So first one is over. Let's take the next one. Second question. This is very important problem. A fair coin is tossed thrice. The random variables x and y are defined as follows. X is equal to 0 or x is equal to 1 according as head or tail occurs on the first toss. That is, when you toss the coin 3 times, you have to list out the outcomes then. And if the first toss result is head, then x will take the value 0. Suppose the first toss results in tail, then x should take the value 1. Y is equal to number of hits. That is, suppose you toss the coin 3 times and the outcome is H, H, H. That is, in all 3 tosses, the result was head. Then y will be equal to 3. Like that, you will have to compute the values of x and y. Now, these are the questions which they have given. Determine the distributions of x and y. So, first of all, we have to list out the sample space, and based on the sample space and these conditions, you have to write the values of x and y. Second question, determine the marginal distributions of x and y. Third question, determine the joint distribution of x and y. So now here, the sample space S can take which values. If you are tossing a coin 3 times, which values it can take, that you have to think over, and x can take which values, that you have to decide now, and then y. So now imagine that you are tossing the coin 3 times, and all the 3 times the result was head. So the first event here which I can consider is H, H, H. Then the next event can be H, H, T. Then I can take H, T, H. I can consider H, T, T. Then after that, I can take T, H, H, T, H, T, 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 H, and T, T, T. Okay, so these are the 8 possible cases when you toss a coin 3 times. So here the first result denotes that in all the 3 tosses the outcome was head, and obviously the last result denotes that in all the 3 tosses the outcome was tail, and these are the cases in between. So how do you write the value of x? X will be equal to 0 if the first toss results in head. So which values x can take for the first 4 cases? In all the first 4 cases, the first toss results in head. So in the first 4 cases, x takes the value 0. And in the next 4 cases, in the first toss, the result is, or the outcome is tails. So x takes the value 1. So you can see that x takes only 2 values here, that is 0 and 1. Then y denotes the number of heads. So take the first event. In the first event, there are 3 cases, or all the 3 outcomes are heads here. So y can take the value 3. In the next event, there are 2 heads. So y takes the value 2. Here also it is 2. Here it is 1. Here it is 2. Here it is 1. Here it is 1. And obviously in the last case, number of heads will be equal to 0. So now first one is done, or question number A is done, that is determine the distributions of x and y. So x takes the values from 0 and 1 for this given sample space, and y takes the values from 0 to 3. That is, y takes the values 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, since we know how the values of x and y are distributed, we can go for question number B, that is, we can find the marginal distribution of x and y. So the marginal distribution of x, let's calculate that first. X and f of x. So x takes which values here? X takes a value 0 and 1. Now, how do you write the corresponding probability values here? Now you can see that this event has total 8 outcomes. So normally if you want to calculate the probability, what we do is, in the denominator we write all the possible cases, which is 8, and in the numerator we take only those cases which are favorable for this particular outcome. So what you are calculating here is the probability that x is equal to 0. So out of these 8 cases, that is starting from here till here, out of these 8 cases, which cases I can consider where the value of x is equal to 0? You can see that 4 cases are favorable because there are 4 cases here. So the probability here is 4 by 8. 4 by 8 is equal to 1 by 2. Similarly, if you want to calculate the probability that x takes the value 1, you can see that The total number of cases is here again 8, and the cases which are favorable is 4, because there are 4 cases possible where x takes a value 1. So again it is 4 by 8, which is equal to 1 by 2. So the marginal distribution of x is done. X takes a value 0, 1, and the corresponding probabilities are 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. You can see that total probability here is equal to 1. Similarly, you can make the marginal distribution table for y. You can take this as f of y, or you can even take this as g of y. Here y takes the values from 0 to 3, and the in between values are 1 and 2. So write the values 0, 1, 2, 3. Again here, total how many cases are there? 8 cases are there. So total cases are 8 for all of them. And let's see the favorable cases here. What is the probability that y takes the value 0? So how many such cases are possible here? There is only one case which is favorable for this outcome. So first probability is 1 by 8. Now second one, that is probability that y takes the value 1. There are 3 cases possible here, that is one case is here, second case is here, and third case is here. So 3 cases are favorable for this event. Y takes the value 2. One case here, one case here, and the third case here. So again this is also equal to 3. Then for the last case, that is when y takes the value 3. Only one case is possible, that is the first case. So probability is 1 by 8. Let's see the total. 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 1, 8, 8 divided by 8. So total probability is equal to 1 even in this case. So now we are done with marginal distribution tables for x and y. Now let's calculate the joint probability distribution table. To do that, first we have to list out the values of x and y and write the corresponding entries. X takes which values here? X takes only 2 values, 0 and 1. Here let's write the sum. And y takes which values here? 0. Then it takes the value 1. Then it takes the value 2. And the last value taken by y is 3. Here let's write the sum. So let's see the values which are possible, or the probabilities which we need to compute here. First event, that is both x and y takes the values 0. That is x is also equal to 0, y is also equal to 0. Or you can say that the probability that x value is equal to 0 and y value is equal to 0. Look at the distribution table. There is no case where both x and y are taking the value 0. That is 0, 0. It's not even listed out here. So it's an impossible event. So the probability will be 0 divided by total number of cases, which is equal to 8. So 0 by 8, or you can directly write the value here as 0. Next one, x takes the value 0 and y takes the value 1. Look at the table. X takes the value 0 and y takes the value 1. So total 8 cases are possible to list out the values of x and y. And in that, one case is favorable for this event, that is 0, 1. One such case occurs here. So probability here will be 1 by 8. Then next case, that is x takes a value 0 and y takes a value 2. So for 0, 2, you can see that there are 2 cases here. One case is here, x takes a value 0, y takes a value 2. Another case is here, x takes a value 0, y takes a value 2. So 2 cases are favorable out of total 8 cases. So 2 by 8, 2 by 8 is equal to 1 by 4. Third case, x takes a value 0, y takes a value 3. That is possible only in the first result. So only one outcome is favorable out of 8 outcomes. So it is 1 by 8. Find the sum. 1 by 8 plus 2 by 8, that is 3 by 8. 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8, that is 4 by 8. 4 by 8 is equal to 1 by 2. Next one, x takes a value 1, y takes a value 0. That is possible only in the last case. Here, 1, 0. So one case is favorable out of these all 8 cases. So 1 by 8. X takes a value 1, y takes a value 1. So there are 2 cases favorable. One case is here, another case is here. So 2 cases favorable out of the 8 cases. So 2 by 8 or 1 by 4. Then x takes the value 1, y takes the value 2. One case is possible. So 1 by 8. Then x takes a value 1, y takes a value 3. That's again an impossible event here. That is x taking the value 1 and y taking the value 3. It's not even listed out here. So it's an impossible event. So it is 0 by 8 or it is 0. So now let's calculate the row sum here. 1 by 8 plus 2 by 8, that is 3 by 8. 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8, 4 by 8. 4 by 8 is 1 by 2. So column sum is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, which is 1. Let's find the row sum. 0 plus 1 by 8, this is 1 by 8. This is 3 by 8. This is again 3 by 8. This is 1 by 8. So let's calculate the total here. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 2, 8 by 8. So sum is 1. So what you have calculated or this table is correct.